Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. The practice is going very aggressively. I see a lot of messages in the group. Not if you go through each and every message, a lot of discussion is going on. Okay. I think somebody noted the order number, right? Can you tell me the order number that we tried the last time?
155613. 1155.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay, so not sure whether some of you has catched up the recording of the last class. This sales order we are able to process, and right now it is in the awaiting shipping status. We are able to fix through the issues of the scheduled ship date also. The scheduled ship date is unable to generate for this sales order because it is unable to pick the ATP rule, and we are able to fix that error in the last class. If you have not watched that end of the video, please watch it. It's interesting. It's interesting. Please check that last 30 minutes of the video of the last class. Okay. Now we are able to create the sales order, and right now it is in the awaiting shipping status. Now the next steps are picking and shipping. Next steps are picking and shipping. First, release the order. Release step. Release the order. And then next pick, and then next ship. Next step is invoice, and then receive the payment from the customer, and reconciliation. Okay, like whether you receive the payment to the bank or not, reconciliation, and the next ledger posting to the ledger. Okay, so we are able to do it till here, and it's a finance part, and we are able to do it till here. Okay, release, pick and ship. So that is done by the warehouse inventory. From the supply chain execution, where it is. Okay, from the supply chain execution, go to inventory. And switch to picks. So create a pick wave. And select the release rule that we created. So I would like to go with the 3-step. Click on show more. And enter the sales order that you want to release. So here I'm releasing single sales order, but you know how to do the bulk release also, right? Bulk release. So based on the scheduled ship date range or requested date range, or based on the shipment priority, or based on customer, if you just select the customer and if you click on release, all those customer order get released. Okay, that's a bulk release. But here we are releasing single sales order. And go to options. So since it is 3-step manual, so release is manual, picking is manual, shipping also manual. So these two checkboxes are disabled. And you see the release sequence rule and pick slip grouping rule. If you want, you can change. They're defaulting from the release rule. Now, if you want, you can change this pick slip grouping rule here if you want, or release sequence rule also. If you want, you can change. When the release sequence rule is going to play an important role when you're releasing the bulk sales orders. When you're releasing the bulk sales orders, which sales order should be released from the system first? That depends on the release sequence rule. Okay. And also, how many pick slips has to be created? It depends upon the pick slip grouping rule. Okay. And always the material is picked to the staging sub inventory only. And if you want, you can select the source sub inventory. From which sub inventory you want the raw material, or you want the stock to be picked. The source sub inventory, if you want, you can pick it here. If you don't select, which sub inventory is going to pick? If you don't select, which is going to pick up by the system automatically? Are you there?
Yeah.
So if you don't select, which is going to pick up? So if the stock is there in multiple sub inventories, it will pick up from any of the sub inventory randomly. It may pick up anything. If the stock is there, this item stock is in multiple sub inventories, the application may pick up any sub inventory. But if you want to control the system, if you want to control the system, picking logic that can be done, that's called as a picking rule. I didn't cover that during the configurations because I plan to cover now. So if I go to inventory, you see somewhere inventory picking rule. Okay. Main is picking rules. So here I'm going to create a picking rule. Inventory FEF active. Okay, what is the priority? The first priority is FEFO. First expired, first out. This is nothing but you have two sub inventories. In this sub inventory, you have a stock, and in this sub inventory also you have a stock, 100 quantity and 200 quantity. And here the lot number 1, 2, 3. Here lot number 4, 5, 6. And here the lot number expiry date. I'm talking about expiry date is 31st March, and this expiry date is 31st May. So as per this priority, which is going to pick up first here? As per this picking rule, it will pick up this slot, correct? Because what is the priority one? FEFO, first expired, first out. Okay, so pick up the first lot that get expired in your entire on hand. In your entire on hand, application is going to pick up the lot which is going to expire first. So here the priority you can also select like this, lot F5, F4, first in, first out. So this lot entered into the system, lot origination date. So here lot origination date is, I'm entering January, and this I'm entering February. This I'm entering January. Suppose if I select, my first preference is first in, first out. In this case, first in, first out.
Stores. Lot 456.
This one, correct? This is what first entered in the application. First in, first out. Okay. And these priorities, you have all these priorities based on the lot or lot numbering pattern also. Okay. Based on lot ascending order, descending order, or based on the sub inventory also. Sub inventory receipt ascending and descending. Suppose you received to this sub inventory, receiving date. Okay. Let's take an example of receiving date. Yeah, basically receiving date is nothing but origination data. Or maybe this item is not a lot control item. It's not a lot control item. So this item is not a lot control item. So in that case, when this stock is received into the warehouse, okay, the receipt date. Receipt date. So I selected here sub inventory ascending order. Then it will pick up which sub inventory here, ascending order. Confusion?
RM.
It's RM. Okay.
Yeah.
Suppose if I select descending.
Then March. That's stores.
Understood?
Yeah.
Okay.
And this sub inventory ascending, descending is the sub inventory creation date.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. And this is locator also, locator ascending and descending. Okay. So you have to check this logic with the client. Okay. And suppose FEFO is applicable only to the lot items, right? So I'm going to show you now. I created FEFO. What I can do is this picking rule, I can attach to the lot items only. The lot picking rule, I'll attach to lot items only. You can configure multiple picking rules and that can be attached to the items. Product management, product information management. I think I'm on a different screen. You pull the item to which item you want to assign. From the specifications, go to inventory. Okay, and here this is a lot item, right? So you see anywhere. Okay. Sorry, not here. Not here. Sorry, excuse me. This can be done at the setup and maintenance level only. I think in case of EBS at the item level, we can assign. Same, I'm navigating to the same place, but the task is different. Do you see picking rule assignment? Yeah, okay. So here, go here, picking rule assignment, and you create an assignment here.
Krishna, that is 50K organization.
So select the picking rule that you created. They create with the name called 51K. I think I did. Okay. And now, so if you see, select that. Okay. So if you do the picking for this item, and this item is going to follow which picking rule? This picking rule. And if you don't enter the item, if you do the picking under this org, it's going to follow this picking rule for all the items. For all the items. This is picking rule assignment. So you want to use which picking rule for which ordination, or for which item, or which item type, or for which customer, which picking rule. Okay, understood? And this is optional configuration. If you don't set up the picking rule and this picking rule assignment, if you don't set up, application is going to pick up the stock from any sub inventory randomly. But if you are creating like this, you are writing a rule for the system to pick the stock. Any questions? Clear? Concept is clear? Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
All our items are not lot controlled items. So this is not applicable for all the items. This logic is applicable to the lot controlled items only. So here, this item is a lot control item. So I'm assigning this picking rule to only this lot control item. You want, you can try this scenario, okay? Like this picking rule, the behavior, if you want, you can check. Create a rule and assign that rule to either item or org. Okay. Now I'm on the release screen. I'm not selecting the source sub inventory. And in my case, the system is going to pick up the source sub inventory stock randomly. Click on the release now. You see the success message. So one pick slip generated and it contained one item, one pick. A couple of programs are gonna run. What is the important one? Pick slip report. Tools and schedule process. Pick slip report got generated. And you remember the setup, right? I hope you remember the setup. Okay, from that configuration, ESS jobs sets. From that configuration, this report triggered, and you can download the output. Send this output to the store person, and store person has to pick this item from the source, and he has to send it to the destination place. Destination is nothing but staging sub inventory. Pick slip number, and what is the source sub inventory of G? And this is the movement request. What type of movement request this? This is pickware movement request.
Pickware.
And this is the item, and this is a sales order number, and sales order line. And requested quantity and unit of measure. Shipping instructions. Okay. When we send this document to the store guy is going to physically move the stock from this place to this place for this item. And after that, we have to transfer in the application also. The next step is picking. So go to confirm pick slips. In case of movement request also, we have seen this. The last step is confirm pick slips only, right? In the inventory, we discussed about movement request. Last step is confirm pick slips. Confirm pick slips is nothing but after completion of this step, the stock get transferred from the source to the staging sub inventory, destination sub inventory. Remove the due date. Click on search. And open the pick slip. And select the line which you want to pick. So how much requested quantity to, and how much is picked by your warehouse guy. Your warehouse guy has picked only one quantity, then put only one. If he picked two, then put two, enter two. And if this item is a lot control item, you have to generate the lot numbers from here. Lot numbers and serial numbers you have to generate from here. Okay. And click on confirm and go to ship confirm. Click confirm and go to ship confirm screen.